One of the most frustrating things about getting older is that we usually lose confidence in younger guys and their relentless passion for fitness. Coming across as older, men typically believe that they're no longer attractive, while the contrary is actually true. You know, there is something extremely respectable about older men. Life experience, which directly correlates with maturity, is likely to be present in older men. This implies that these men often conduct themselves a bit differently, and they tend to concentrate more on the most significant issues in life. Since women view these younger guys as often childish and insecure about themselves, they prefer to choose some of the older men. In today's video, we delve deep into this intriguing phenomenon and look at how you might be misled by society into believing you're not attractive, when in reality, you truly are. What makes an older guy attractive? To better understand what it is that makes older guys attractive, you'll need to fully comprehend something more about female desires. Normally, it's women's viewpoint that makes a man more appealing in the dating world than he truly is. You know, women have various basic needs, and one of these is security and being fully dominated by their partners. But this is not the only one. One of the primary reasons why younger guys tend to do very well with women is because they have an extraordinarily strong drive in life, and it is this drive that makes them look like individuals who are concerned with doing things for the most part. On the contrary, older men are not as willing to make advances in life, and they normally wait a bit longer to determine if something's worth taking a chance on. When you compare the two, this watchful behavior is not as appealing to women as riskier behavior can be. However, what makes an older man look more charming are some of his attributes that are formed as we get older. One of these is the aspect of patience and not reacting. Whereas young men prefer to respond immediately, older men understand that there's no reason to act immediately, and this usually grounds women, and they understand and sense this patience. The second is the fact that older guys are quite prominent in life, as they often concentrate more on improving their lives and social conditions. It's often this degree of silent determination that provides the best long-term outcomes, and women tend to observe this, as most women desire stability and an ideal routine in life focused around bettering themselves and their lives. They become appealing because they adjust their focus, but there's one specific feature that typically makes older men even more attractive. You know, when men grow up, they don't prioritize women as much. Younger men normally live under the concept that they need to sacrifice a lot of themselves if they're to find true value in life, and if they're able to ensure that they're happy. Older guys, on the other hand, prefer to concentrate on what will give them fantastic outcomes in life, which means their concentration is less on women and instead focuses on actually advancing in life. This lack of commitment attracts women who want what they cannot have. But what are the obvious signs that women describe you as a charming older man? Let's find out. 1. Connective eye contact. One of the strongest signs that you are attractive can be something as simple as solid eye contact. You know, we typically spend a bit more time staring at what we enjoy. You can track this to the time when you go shopping and you find stuff you like. Once you see this, you'll continually want to look at it. This is exactly what happens in life when a woman considers you attractive. Her eyes will constantly express it all, and you'll notice that she stares at you a bit longer as a means of expressing that she's checking you out. 2. The power of a smile. As part of the first one, you need to understand the value of a smile. You know, psychologists have figured out that when two individuals have feelings for one another and engage in eye contact, they typically allow a small smile to emerge as well. This smile is accompanied by an enormous release of dopamine, known as the feel-good hormone. You know, if a woman is attracted to you, she's certainly going to give out such a smile, and this will tell you that her mind craves this release of dopamine. 3. Attention to detail. When you think about it, one of the most obvious signs of interest from women can actually be quite straightforward. When a woman loves you, she'll remember every detail, and she'll then try to cross-reference this with other information in order to find out whether you're truly telling the truth. You could notice that she brings up stuff you might have unintentionally said, or maybe some of the conversation that you might have forgotten about as well. This focused attention to detail occupies a lot of brain capacity, and it suggests she's choosing to concentrate on this and your words rather than other real-world issues. 4. She talks about herself in your future life. This one can seem a little difficult, but it's also one of the most significant elements of attraction that can give you a better indicator of whether or not she loves you. You know, women are highly creative, and their imaginations are far more likely to change in the direction of the future when they meet someone they admire. You'll discover that she often discusses or even asks you questions about the potential future, but she'll always present you and her as the main characters in this story. 5. She begins playing games. Just because you're mature and want to focus on the future and grow your life doesn't mean women will not test you. In fact, she's more likely to test to ensure that you're not willing to compromise on your own principles and ambitions. 6. You become a beacon of trust. One of the biggest difficulties with today's society is the fact that trust is one of the toughest things to come by. You know, women have noticed that most men are just searching for one thing, and that single thing can often be rather stressful and difficult for others to cope with. Since women understand that men will probably be trying to change the story of the issue to make them feel important, they usually stay away from seeking men's advice. Yes, until they love you and need you most in their lives. 7. She welcomes you into her personal life. Women hardly invite men into their private lives, particularly as they grow older and have a lot to hide. However, if a woman accepts you into her social network and she's ready to make some compromises in order for her to truly cope with some vulnerability, you should be golden, and you ought to understand that the attraction levels are strong enough. Women are highly complicated, but because you are getting older, you can lose a bit of confidence and frequently be more self-conscious. However, women prefer older guys, and as long as you are improving in life, you should have some luck with women.